Let's perform the following multiplications. First, I have to multiply 3 times 2 is 6. Next, I have base, which is a, okay? So I'm going to keep the base, and I have to add exponents. Remember, anytime I do not have exponent, there is always invisible one. So that's why I'm going to have minus 3 plus 1 plus 4, which is equal 6a minus 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. This is the solution to my problem. Let's take a look at this example. Again, I have to look at signs first. Remember, anytime there is no sign between two brackets, there is always invisible multiplication sign. Positive, anytime I do not have any sign, there is always positive sign. So positive times negative gives me negative. If it comes to numbers, remember, anytime there is no numerical integer, there is always invisible 1. 1 times 9 is 9. Next, I have x and x. Anytime there is no exponent, there is always invisible 1. Anytime I multiply the variables and I have the same base, I'm supposed to keep the base and add exponents. That's why I'm going to have x, 1 plus 1. And I have y squared and y. Remember, anytime there is no exponent, there is always invisible 1. That's why I'm going to keep y and add exponents. 2 plus 1. My final answer is going to be negative 9x squared y to the third power. Let's take a look at the third example. First, you're supposed to realize that between brackets we have invisible multiplication sign. Next, I have to multiply the signs. I have negative times invisible positive is going to give me negative. Negative times negative will give me positive. Remember, anytime there is no numerical integer, there is always invisible 1. 1 times 11 is 11. 11 times 3 is 33. Next, please notice that I have a in the first parenthesis and a in the third parenthesis. I have to multiply these two a's. Remember, anytime there is no exponent next to the variable, there is always invisible 1. Okay, I'm going to write that once next to every single variable. A times a. This is a 1 plus 1. Anytime you multiply the variables with the same base, you're supposed to keep the base and add exponents. So I have 1 plus 1. Next, I have b. b I have in the first parenthesis and the second parenthesis. So I'm going to write b. Again, I have multiplication. I have to keep the base and add exponents. I have 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1. Next, I have c in the second parenthesis and in the third parenthesis. So I have c. Again, the same base, keep the base and add exponents because I have multiplication. So I have 1 plus 1. My answer is going to be 33a squared b squared c squared. It's the solution to my problem.